We're standing and sitting across from two 49er fans, and I haven't heard anything about the 49ers coming out of these guys. Any excitement coming out of these guys?
I'm very excited.
This guy wants a barbecue dinner that he didn't get. Where's the excitement from you guys?
Do you remember when the Giants were going to the World Series? Do you remember? I was very calm and collected. I will be calm and collected again because I have confidence in my team. I have confidence in the 49ers. I have confidence in Kaepernick. I have confidence in Frank Gore. And it's a team. Justin Smith's going to be there. The 49ers are going to beat Green Bay.
I think I'm going to go take off my jacket on this one right here.
Real men work hat. There you go.
And I'm going to let my man, he's just got his thing down, and we will have our
just waiting on me.
Rebuttal.
Jeez.
And I'm going to wait for you guys to
One
say
game
some
away
more.
from the NFC Championship game.
All right. So now
we've been there before. We'll be there again.
Now here's what I'm going to say. One thing about the 49ers, what they must do. They must make sure they put pressure on Aaron Rodgers. That is the key. Because without Aaron Rodgers, you have no Green Bay. But the thing about what I'm worried about, more or less than he's worried about it, because I'm not going in there thinking like, yay. We beat the Green Bay Packers very handily when we had Alex Smith control the game. This is going to be the first time our second-year quarterback has been in the trenches of a playoff war. And on top of a playoff war, this is one of the biggest rivalries in the NFL. If you really think about it, the Green Bay and the 49ers, and Green Bay has collectively really taken it to the 49ers until recently. Now, the situation that I look at with Green Bay doing, they're going to have to do a lot of short yard passes. And I don't think they're going to be able to get that long yard. But if they do that, then it's going to be a problem for the 49ers. But I believe, like T-Rex, if you use Gore, if you make sure the pressure is just the same, if not more intense than it was on Aaron Rodgers when we beat them at Green Bay, then the 49ers should win. But I don't believe, like other analysts are saying, that it's going to be a walk in the park.
Yeah,
I do believe Aaron Rodgers, he knows, as I said it before, he knows if he gets past the Niners, it's almost clear sailing to the Super Bowl. And that's just a bottom line fact.
That's it. That is a bottom line fact. Maybe there'll be a Atlanta Falcon thing in there somewhere. But if the Green Bay Packers establish a running game,
I just don't see that they're going to establish a running game, but it could happen.
Green Bay has been better in the last 6 weeks with the running game.
Right.
But it's still not a strength of this team, of the Green Bay Packers. No. Aaron Rodgers, the reason I think the 49ers will win is Aaron Rodgers has to take this all on his shoulders. And that may be too much even for Aaron Rodgers, as good of a quarterback as he is. He's definitely one of the elite quarterbacks in the NFL. He's been there before. I'm not saying he hasn't been there before, but I'm just saying the 49ers, if Justin Smith is back in there and you get Frank Gore running, it may be too much for Aaron Rodgers and the Packers to handle. That's all I'm saying. And I speak the truth.
All right, now let's get down to the coaches. Who's a better coach? Who's a better halftime adjustment coach?
Well, I'll tell you, I know who the risk taker is, and that's Harbaugh. Because here's the thing about it. As we just got done railing Mike Shanahan for the last few days about what he did with RG3, Harbaugh could be that coach we talk about on Monday. Because the whole project, the Colin project, as I would call it, if they don't win this game, it means nothing. And now we focus all our attention on Mr. All About Me Harbaugh, because we're going to say, I know I'm going to say it, should have left Alex Smith in.
Right, and that's so you're saying it's not going to be a successful season if Cappy doesn't come through in the clutch?
The 49ers are built for only one reason and only thing, Super Bowl. They got close enough. So they said, this is what we need, and they got weapons, they got keys, they implemented a situation to make them be a Super Bowl contender now, not later. If they don't get to the Super Bowl, it's a failed season. That's how I'm saying it. Bottom line, period.
These 49er fans have high expectations.
Because then you don't take Alex Smith out for that reason unless you're like, he can't break us to the Super Bowl. And I know you're grinning and smiling and loving it.
If Alex Smith was playing.
Come on, Don. Get off this soapbox. You've been on it all year. You hate Alex Smith. You hate the 49ers. You believe in Kaepernick, yet you never pick the 49ers to win. So, get off this soapbox. Be objective. Be objective. And give the 49ers their due. That's all we're asking from you.
Well, look,
not asking you to be a little faithful 49er, because you're not capable of that. Your heart's not big enough.
Look,
you don't have enough courage to be a 49er.
Look, the bottom line is Green Bay. This is Green Bay's shot right here. I mean, this team is kind of an aging team now. I mean, things are kind of up there in terms of age. This is their shot to get to the NFC Championship game. I don't think that the 49ers have enough on defense to shut them down.
Well, the thing about it with the 49ers, their defense is not clearly what the defense was last year.
Thank you.
I'm talking about as far as the physical play, it has definitely slowed with its impact. As you looked at the last games recently they played, the Seahawks, dud. In the second half against the New England Patriots was horrible. 28 points that they just allowed New England to get back into the game. So in that content, yes. Now, we went ahead and took care of the Cardinals like we're supposed to. I just know the key piece, it's not even calling the key piece for the 49ers victory is the defense. If the defense doesn't step up, then you're going to have problems. And I just look at Aaron Rodgers being one of those elite quarterbacks that's going to do a lot more damage than I think some people believe he's going to do.
Well, the segue with your thought there with the quarterbacks, I truly believe, and I think it's stating the obvious, being Captain Obvious, but if it comes down to quarterbacks between Kaepernick and Rodgers, clear cut, the favorite is the Packers.
Oh,
you can't doubt Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. You can't.
Yeah. And this is when they talk about big boy pants that Colin's going to be wearing. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers has been wearing those for a while. With a nice little title belt on over his waist. You know, so he's being held up with a nice belt on his waist. So when you have to look at this situation, it's going to be hard for me to make my pick. I'll just say that.
I've got my pick.
Well, if you want to win, you're going to make the right pick. If you want to be a homer, which, 49er fans, then, you're on your own. But the bottom line is this is not going to be a game for the week. I mean, this is going to be some game. Out of all the games this weekend, I think this is the marquee game. This has got everything on the line, and the very well winner of this game could win the NFC.
Yeah, very, very easily.
I mean, no one's. I've been watching many hours of just commentary.
Your viewing career in the mansion again. How is the mansion? Can you invite me over sometime? I would love to sit on that couch and hang out with you in the jungle room.
This is a classic comment for those who've listened since day one of On the Sidelines.
So, I mean, if I could hang out in the mansion sometimes, I know I really made it. How big is your big screen?
Nobody is talking about
your mansion.
Yeah. No, nobody's talking about it.
Nice change of subject. There you go.
Nobody. And, that's an issue. That's a huge issue.
What's a huge issue?
No,
your mansion?
No one's talking about the Atlanta Falcons. I mean,
isn't that the way you want it? I mean, that's the way I want it as a team. Let everybody talk about everybody.
At some point, somebody's got to step up and say, hey, Atlanta Falcons are probably the best team in the
Well, I think if they win this playoff game, watch out. The following week, we'll really hear a lot of buzz about the Falcons. If they don't win, then everybody will go, see, we knew they weren't that good. It was a paper record. It wasn't a real record. It was a paper tiger.
Well, segueing off what he just said, it's quite simple. Look at the stat for Mr. quote-unquote Matty Ice. 0-3 in the postseason. He has not stepped up in the postseason.
Right.
And until he does...
He's been a different quarterback in the postseason. He's been a great quarterback in the regular season, but he doesn't seem to have those ice veins in the playoffs and put together a consistent performance in the playoffs.
When we're throwing out statistics, just not to segue yet, but 0-3 Peyton Manning started, and that fourth playoff game he won. Yeah.
Well, I'm not saying he never can. I'm saying so far. I'm saying what we've seen so far.
Let's not pay attention to too much of the paper.
Well, that's why I say if he wins this week, then everybody's talking about the Falcons this next week.
To make it clear, we're solely explaining this is why no one's talking about the Falcons, because look at the record. He's 0-3. He's 0-3. Until he proves us otherwise that he is, quote-unquote, the next generation elite quarterback, we're not going to talk about his team.
I think their teams are more exciting.